Today, I am sharing 3 key principles needed to take you from an insecure attachment style to secure attachment, which I know if you're here, many of you are currently working on. So, hello, if you've been here before, you probably know me by now. If you're brand new here, welcome. I'm Carly Ann. I'm a holistic attachment coach, and I'm the founder of Follow Your Fire, which is an online membership for all things attachment styles and rediscovering yourself. It involves everything from masterclasses to resources to support to help you to embody what is needed when it actually comes to moving from insecure to secure. But like I say, today I'm giving you 3 principles and outlining what just some of that looks like, because it is a whole puzzle. And today I've just picked 3 core principles that I think is really important for you to know. So the first principle is that you must form a secure bond with yourself. Number 1, if you want to have a secure relationship, if you want to have a secure attachment style, what that person needs is to have that kind of bond with themselves first. And that is often missing. People with an insecure attachment style often have an insecure attachment with themselves. They're not hugely in relation with their emotions, their needs, their boundaries, who they are as an individual. And when it comes to giving and receiving love, respect, trust, that is often missing in that relationship with yourself. And if you want to accept that from others and give that to others, the best way to teach yourself what it feels like and is to begin to have that relationship with yourself, to work on self-trust, to accept who you are, to love yourself, to be compassionate and kind with yourself, to know what that feels like. Because if you don't know what that feels like, you're more likely to accept crumbs and poor treatment and someone who doesn't show up. So what does this really look like is a great question. How do I actually do that? And I really want to let you know that it is absolutely possible to move into a secure relationship with yourself. Like, of course, when I'm working with my clients, I am guided by these principles. I check in that you have that compassion, that you have that security, that you're showing up for yourself. I work in a really intuitive way and based on the needs of my clients, each individual, and laying these foundations is crucial. People ask me so often, does this actually work? Like, can I actually learn to love myself? Can I really learn to trust myself? It can be hard to believe, especially in those early stages. And I want to give you some hope here that yes, you can go from insecure to secure. I know it's not a quick process. I'm not here to pretend it's a quick process and say that I can get you from here to here in 2 weeks or 21 days, but I can absolutely help you to start adopting secure strategies and to access your secure self. I work with people really intuitively and based on your needs as an individual. And of course, when working with my clients, I'm guided by these 3 principles that I'm sharing with you today. And just to let you know that this does really work, I wanted to share a testimonial from my client, hoping that that will show you that this journey is absolutely worth it and not to give up. Hearing about other people's experiences is really, really powerful when it comes to our own motivation and the shifts that we want to make, because there can be times where we might feel like giving up or that it's not working. So here's a client that I recently completed working with. I found Carly Ann at a time I needed professional help and support to understand why I was reacting so intensely to triggers in my relationship and feeling so negative about myself. I truly believe I am stronger, a more positive person now that I have benefited from her expertise, and I'm looking forward to a more honest, balanced, and enjoyable relationship with my partner. So it works. And I know the question, but what does it actually look like? How do I actually start becoming secure with myself? Come inside the membership. The work that I do, whether it's one-to-one or inside the membership, is based on these principles. There is a masterclass that I've been working on, ready to deliver on the 1st of June, which is how to hold down a secure relationship when you have an insecure attachment style. It's about reclaiming healthy love. It's jam-packed with tips, tools, strategies, support, education to help you embody your most secure, confident self so that you can move from that anxious energy in your relationships. Anyway, I digress. You can check all of that out in the description box. The second principle for moving from insecure to secure is to rewire your body for safety and healthy love, to teach your body what it is to feel safe and to experience healthy love without thinking that it is boring or not enough. Because when there's an insecure attachment, the way that your nervous system is wired is usually in a state of protection, a state of fear. You're in a state of survival. And the way that we interpret some of this, when there's hot and cold, or a perception that someone is going to leave, or when we're getting close to people, the way that your mind interprets this feeling that you're having is sometimes incorrect, most of the time incorrect. So that might be thinking that the highs equal love. It might be that if there's a bit of space, that you think that that means someone, that must mean that they're leaving. This is abandonment. This is what abandonment feels like. Whereas it might be some healthy space. So it's really about starting to rewire and befriend your nervous system to, again, be more compassionate with the way that you feel and to experience the kind of love that you deserve to love, to rewrite what it feels like to experience respect, to have your boundaries respected, to be trusted. The way that you interpret a lot of your emotions at the moment are likely not helpful for you. And so we want to reteach you that. And that moves us quite nicely into the third principle, which is to learn to be with discomfort and intense emotions. Self-soothing doesn't have to involve doing. When it comes to healing attachment wounds, sometimes self-soothing is learning to be with your feelings. Being with certain emotions can be really, really challenging for someone with an insecure attachment. And that's why often we go outside of ourselves. We look for that person. We feel like we need this, or I don't need that, and I must change X. And it can be really, really overwhelming in that moment. And I'm not saying that that's what it always has to be like. You can absolutely adopt strategies to help your nervous system to relax, to expand, and give yourself space to breathe and to think. But it is also about being with difficult feelings, with that feeling when they haven't messaged you, with that feeling when you're experiencing heartbreak, without the need to get stuck or to feel like you are broken into a million pieces, to still be able to move forward with your life. It means to be with this when you're in the thick of it. And I know how hard that can be. And especially when you think that the only thing that's going to fix it is a person or a certain situation or something outside of you changing. Going outwards instead of inwards when your nervous system has been hijacked, when you're hijacked by a certain emotion and you're overwhelmed by the situation, to be able to go inwards and figure out what's really happening here. What am I really afraid of? Why am I really stuck on someone from 3 years ago, or whatever it might be? The more desperate that you feel, the more you feel like you have to go outside of yourself, you usually have to go inwards. And something I want to say is each of these points, I really am expanding more and more on when it comes to being inside my membership, to really start to know what it looks like to self-soothe or to be with yourself or to move into these 3 principles. Like I say, the masterclass on the 1st of June, if you're watching this before, you can join us live afterwards. The replay will be inside the masterclass. Just starting there. We have a masterclass on your attachment triggers, how do I stop myself being overwhelmed in the first place? We have a whole masterclass on that, plus like 20 plus others. There's a lot in there for you. And what I'm helping you do now is actually embody this change. And I know you're thinking, well, yeah, but tell me how, tell me the what. That's inside my containers. That's inside my coaching. I really hope that this video is helpful for you and is a huge part of your healing as well. But if you do really want to go deeper, then you are so welcome to come inside my containers, whether that's my membership or my one-to-one. I'd love to see you there. I'd love to get to know you more. You're not stuck here. It's really important you know that. Do not forget, you're enough, you're lovable, you are so, so worthy, and you're irreplaceable.